She's ridden well every time. And look, I've been looking forward to getting him up to this trip.
Probably been a victim of circumstances at a couple of runs in this prep. How does today's race shape up for him, do you think?
Yeah, well, she's just got to switch him off the first half of the race and make sure he settles so he can be strong late. So she's got her plans and got who to follow and what to do. So she works it out pretty good. So hopefully she nails it.
Confident he can be right there at the finish?
Oh, I couldn't be happy with how he's going. I'm really looking forward to seeing him over this trip. He's got a ripping turn of foot late, so it'll be interesting.
Best of luck, Danny.
Thanks, Tim.
Dan O'Sullivan and Harry Eustace, we thank them for their time this afternoon. The Bendigo Cup is a minute away. Let's head upstairs to the king of Bendigo, Rick McIntosh himself.
And they're moving in really well. Beautiful sunshine, a glorious day here at the Nursery of Champions for APM Bendigo Cup Day. Aura's Symphony, Country Cup's king. He wins them in Tassie, he wins them in the West. LaDondeV's got the outside gate. Whiskey on the Hill heavily back to win the Cup. They're off in the Bendigo Cup. We get a good roar too as Whiskey on the Hill jumped out okay from the Queenslander Knight's Choice. Staunch is up running third. First Light going forward on the outside, and Sunsets is having a good look. Vow and Declare, who's a former Melbourne Cup winner. He's chancing the arm early. He's 4 and 5 deep going forward as they come to greet the judge. First Light coming across with him. Sunsets wants a piece of it. Whiskey on the Hill holding up from Staunch, and then Herman Hess. They're about to start swinging out of the home straight. Sea King, the Great Britain version, he's centre field and he's parked up on the outside of the Queenslander Knight's Choice. Then Immediacy, who goes back to the inside of Horrifying. A length and a half to Berkeley Square. He settles with about 4 behind him here as they travel into the back. I'm a Dirty Rascal, Star Vega, LaDondeV and Aura's Symphony is last of all. Into the back. And Sunsets keeps on pressing on here. Vow and Declare found the rail. Doesn't want to give up the front to him, and Herman Hess goes to third. First Light tucked behind them, and so does the race favourite Whiskey on the Hill. A length to Staunch running sixth. One further back to Knight's Choice on the rails, and then Sea King travelling beautifully. Smack bang centre field. In front of Immediacy and Horrifying follows Sea King. Then Berkeley Square followed by I'm a Dirty Rascal, Star Vega. Second last in the Cup, LaDondeV, and last in the Bendigo Cup, Aura's Symphony. Herman Hess with 1,000 metres to go. A new leader ran to the top here, a length in front of Sunsets. Vow and Declare took a mid-race rest, the toppy. Fourth in the run was First Light. Now Sea King gets moving. He looks like there's plenty under the bonnet too. He's towing his way up towards the leaders. Then Staunch, followed by Whiskey on the Hill, who's held up on the rails. Horrifying is following Sea King everywhere. Followed further back then to Immediacy, Berkeley Square. Along the inside, next in the race was Knight's Choice, and heading the rest, LaDondeV. Star Vega to the outside. Sea King, he was travelling well a long way out. He's cut the ribbons loose now. He's trying to win the Cup at the 400. He raced 2-3 in front. Down the outside is First Light, then Horrifying. Berkeley Square and Star Vega are wider out. 200 metres to go though. Sea King's in front. Herman Hess is whacking away. It's all Sea King. I reckon he's home. Berkeley Square, Star Vega, Herman Hess. They're battling out the minors, but it is Sea King and a cakewalk. He wins the Bendigo Cup on his way to Melbourne by 4 lengths to Berkeley Square and Star Vega. I'm a Dirty Rascal was scooting down the outside. I think he stole fourth off Knight's Choice and Herman Hess, followed by Immediacy, Vow and Declare. Then Sunsets. Whiskey on the Hill was never a factor from LaDondeV, Staunch, Horrifying and First Light.
The internationals to the fore again. Sea King for Harry Eustace and Declan Bates takes out the 2024 Bendigo Cup. Berkeley Square was second, and Star Vega's run a super race in third. 9, 2 and 12 the numbers in the Cup for 2024. Salts.
How outstanding was that? Sea King completely dominated. That Ebor handicap form has come over to Australia, and centre field was packing. He took off at the 600, but he towed Declan Bates into the race. I wasn't sure if Declan wanted to slide up that early. The horse just said, it's go time, and go he did, put up a margin, and those were charging at him from the rear, couldn't get close. Berkeley Square, well, he was left with a bit to do settling off midfield. That's what he does, but a nice run, stepping to 2,400 metres. His first time beyond 2,000 metres since running in a VRC Derby. Star Vega, how well's he going? He's been up throughout the winter. That Coonji form through a slow race has stacked right up, second and third through the Coonji. Herman Hess as well. He ran quite well considering he had to do some early work. He was caught wide early, went forward, was the best of the on paces. But Amy, that was completely dominant from Seeking. What a performance.
Oh, wasn't it ever? I'm so happy for Harry. I mentioned at the start of the day, Harry came out to Australia to work, and he worked with me at Freedman's and a whole heap of our old friends. We house shared together. To see him win a Bendigo Cup, I'm so proud of him, and he was shaking and then gave him a big cuddle. He's absolutely delighted, and why wouldn't he be? It's a huge thing, you know, a young trainer come over here to Australia, bring a horse over and win a Bendigo Cup and get a ticket into a Melbourne Cup. It's huge.
And not only a ticket into the Melbourne Cup, has to be a live hope as well, given his one smooth operator form. Betting him home in the E-Ball, he'd be absolutely wrapped. Harry Eustace. Timmy Yateman gets another pre-race interview under the belt. Let's hear Harry's thoughts.
Harry, raucous celebrations here in the mounting yard. Congratulations, the winning trainer of the 2024 Apium Bendigo Cup. Sum it up for us in a few words.
Thank you very much. It's incredibly exciting. A lot was riding on. Obviously, it's the last winning you're in for the Cup, so they've got an absolute dream result today. And I'd just like to thank Terry in particular. You know, he managed to buy this horse just before Docklands travelled down as well, and it's proving a pretty inspired purchase. And you know, just a beautiful ride from Deck Bates. I thought we sort of picked him because, you know, hopefully he'd understand the sort of European style, and it wouldn't be a sit and sprint. So he just gave him a great ride and rode him with full of confidence.
Harry, you knew you had to run well today to get him into the Melbourne Cup. He was lingering in the low 30s in terms of order of entry. Is it a weight off the shoulders perhaps more than anything now that you've been able to get the job done?
Well, curiously, coming down, we never even thought we'd get close. And then, of course, since we've been here, you know, the Cup, as everyone's well aware, started really cutting up. And so the closer we got to getting in, the more pressure there was, I suppose.
What about when Declan just sort of started to coast around the outside? It looked like he still had a hell of a lot of horse under him.
Yeah, I mean, it sort of felt quite a long way out, but I just was very keen to impress on him that he's more of a sort of typical European type horse and that he's going to work his way into it. So, you know, he took me at my word, and it came off today, yeah.
Good luck on Tuesday.
Thanks very much.
Harry Eustace, a very delighted Harry Eustace, and we're now joined by a very delighted Terry Henderson. Terry, congratulations. What a ride that you've been on, albeit relatively short with this horse.
Well, very short. I think it's about 8 weeks long. But, you know, for Harry to get a horse off Mark Prescott and really get the horse to settle, he was half here as a galloping partner for Docklands, but he's just thrived at Werribee. And, you know, the stats of his records during track work have been great, and so great credit to Harry and his team to present him like this today.
The E-Ball form was to the form this time 7 days ago. Did you come here with a level of confidence that if he could replicate a run like that, it'd be mighty hard to beat?
Well, yes, but I think we probably got more confidence out of the fact that he was working with a Group 1 horse, and it was, you know, terrific to see him do what he did what the other horse did the other day. But look, that E-Ball form's always good form.
I asked Harry if it was a weight off the shoulders to have his place in the Cup secured for Tuesday. Are you feeling the same, Terry?
It was never the intention to have him to the Cup, to be honest. But the way he'd trained on and the attrition rate for the Cup is now giving him a chance if the handicap gives him half a kilo.
We've got to go speak to your jockey. Well done.
Good on you.
Terry Henderson and Harry Eustace, very good with their time. The third piece of the puzzle is Declan Bates, who gave Seeking an absolute peach. Geez, around the turn deck, you look to be absolutely coasting. Talk us through what you were feeling around the bend.
By that point, I was sort of just relying on my horse, sort of just relying on his staying ability. You say I'm the last piece in the puzzle. I was probably a very small piece because, look, we were hoping to be sort of forward in the run. He lacked that bit of tactical early speed, so I had to just sort of work on just getting him settled from then, and he travelled very strong in the run. Any time the tempo come out of it, he just wanted to get going, and tried to just sort of nurse him as long as I could. And from about the 1,000, I tried to just slowly build into it, but he's probably just got that bit of class compared to a lot of these. He basically just sort of nicely worked into the race and got to the front a lot earlier than I would have liked. But as I said, I think I was just on the superior stayer.
From your perspective, Deck, how good a job has Harry Eustace done with this horse? He hasn't been in his care for all that long, but to travel him halfway around the world, it's no mean feat.
Oh, look, you can't overstate it. It's hard enough to come all the way down here with a horse you probably know really well, and for him to get a horse that is only new to his care, bring it down. I said to him, seen him in the mountain yard beforehand, he looked $1 million, and he raced accordingly.
Bit of water to go under the bridge. What are you doing Tuesday afternoon?
It'd want to be a pretty big penalty for me, I think, but look, best of luck to him, and I think he'll be running a massive race.
Well done on getting him in.
Thank you.
Off to a Melbourne Cup is Seeking, and we've seen the last couple of years through the Group 3 Bendigo Cup. The Bendigo Cup winner goes on and is ultra competitive, finishing top 5 in the last couple of Melbourne Cups. We pick it up from the 600. Declan Bates had made an early move. Boundeclair went forward. He ended up getting pestered by Sunsets, dropped off badly. Herman Hess did some early work to find the front. When those leaders started tiring, he was waiting around for nobody. Declan Bates pressed the button at the 600, put up a margin, wanted to lay into the fence, gets the whip in the left hand, straightens him up over to the right hand. This was all over at the 400. Berkeley Square made good ground into second. He hasn't beaten a horse that's not well credentialed, Seeking. He's beaten a good horse in Berkeley Square, racing really well this preparation. Star Vega, a Group 3 placing for him. But Tim, that was ultra impressive. We've seen a horse go around at Bendigo today that in 6 days' time is a live chance in the Melbourne Cup.
And I'm not sure what the market has done in the meantime, but he was a massive price for the Melbourne Cup, obviously taking into account he had to win or run really well here today. And just speaking to Terry then, a little bit of a word that Holly Doyle might be the rider for Seeking on Tuesday afternoon in the Lexus Melbourne Cup. So the imports will be combining again, and what a job Harry Eustace has done with this horse in a relatively short time. It's an amazing training performance, Amy.
Oh, it's absolutely super. I just could not be happier or more proud of Harry. He's such a nice guy. He'll always be Dave's brother, but we knew Harry before we knew Dave, and good on him. This is such a big thrill for him to come all the way over to Australia with a horse, win a Bendigo Cup and have a runner in a Melbourne Cup. I'm absolutely delighted for him.
Well, he always said it was 1-0 to Dave after Gold Trip won the Melbourne Cup. He now gets a chance to even the ledger. What a thrill for Harry Eustace and his family. Time to head back to Balaclava. Seeking is the winner of the 2024 Apium Bendigo Cup.